Hi everybody! Today we're going to see how I draw Donatello from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Just so you know, there's a coloring book that you can get through Amazon. Just follow the link in my description and you can get a coloring book to show me how you color to how I draw. Okay, pencils first and then Sharpies. So if you don't want to watch the pencil portion of the video where I sketch the entire thing out, look in the description and you'll find a link that you can click on that will take you to the Sharpie portion of the video. I'll even include one for color. But for those of you that are going to stick around, I'm going to start off with a quick sketch for myself and get us going. Okay, so I don't know what else to say besides let's go. Because it's going to be fun, it's going to be awesome. I just got to do a quick sketch and figure out how to make, let's see, we'll do it that way, right? Because it's going to be kind of like that. I guess kind of like, yeah, because it would be over, yeah. So basically, you know, in the other ones I've kind of explored this whole, he doesn't have fingers, what are we going to do kind of thing. So, yeah, I've got to kind of figure that out and get him in a fighting position. Right? And make it believable. Because the thing is, you know, like in the other ones, you know, I'm going for the more realistic turtle stuff, and making it believable is kind of what I'm trying to figure out. Because anatomically, it's not believable. You know, it's like it doesn't exist. It can't happen. But you know, that's the challenge. You gotta figure out what works, what I can do, and what doesn't, you know? I think that'll work right there. Okay, yeah. Okay, so I've got him a little hunched over. That way we can show a little bit more of his shell, a little bit more of the side. Because the other one, I kind of did you know, we did a front view, a turn, so I'm kind of doing another 3/4. But again, I've got to figure it out for this position again, when he can't have fingers, you know, so I've got to figure out how to give him a staff. Is that about right? Yeah, I think that's about right. A staff when he doesn't have fingers, you know, that's the trickiest part, is how do we get him to hold on to. Let's make it a stick. Yeah. So, okay, so here lies the question, now that I think about that. How big are they? You know, if we're going by cartoons and movies and stuff like that, they're human size, right? Since I'm doing more of a traditional turtle, how big are mine? Is it like a regular size? Because the problem I guess I'm going to have, I guess we're going to say that they're human sized. I have to, right? Because the problem we're going to run into real quick is, well, what about the other ones? What about Bebop and Rocksteady, all those? You know, they're actually pigs and rhinos and whatnot. So, you know, they're not shrunk down to turtle size. So we're going to have to assume that the turtles, my turtles, are human sized. We have to, right? I can live with that. I mean, that's just going to mean that I just kind of allow for more stuff, you know? I can give them more human-sized items. Okay, that's not too bad. I think I like that. So, that's good for a quick sketch. That worked out. So let me erase some of these sketch lines real quick. Now, usually what I do is I erase the sketch lines and leave the confidence lines, but the sketch actually worked out. So I got to be real delicate. That I want my Sharpie to stand out, so I'm going to erase some of these lines, but most of it I need to guide me, so I can't erase too much. Right? And if you're working with pencil, you just start pressing harder. You don't have to erase. Okay, I think that's good. I think that's enough. That's gone. I can see what I'm doing. And the Sharpie will stand out, not my pencils. And that'll be good. Yeah. Let's do that. So let's welcome everybody that skipped and get going. Welcome skippers, welcome to the Sharpie portion of the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe because I do a different drawing every day. You can join along and have some fun. I'm going to be using a Sharpie fine point and a Sharpie pen, mostly a fine point, but a pen's a little finer than a fine point. You can find things that a fine point can't quite find. I've sketched the entire thing out. I've erased a majority of the lines that I've sketched, but left myself enough to see where I'm going to go. So I'm going to go ahead and just kick it in to overdrive with, I'm just kidding. I'm gonna start off with this Sharpie pen and hit some of the details, and then I'm going to go in with the fine point. So let me start with his eyes. I'm going to give him a little beady eye like that, and I'm not going to color it in. It's going to be black, but I'm going to let color take care of that basically. I'm going to do the other one over here just like this, just so I know where it's going to be. Now I'm following my sketch, so that's why I can kind of throw it off there all willy and nilly. And I'm going to throw in some not brow, but what would you call this? That's a eyelid, a little bit of eyelid like that, just to accent his mask. And so his mask is going to kind of do one of these, go over his head and come back down like that, because he doesn't have the front of the face. I talked about this in the other one. He doesn't have the front of the face, or he doesn't have the shape of the human head where it's like kind of wrapped all the way around. It's kind of a I talked about it before. It's kind of like a human head like this. You can wrap it around. His head's like this. It's like, where are you going to wrap it? So it's going back here and underneath his skin flaps. So we're going to say that it goes like this. And it's going to wrap around and down. Kind of do something like that. Okay. So all that'll be colored in, and we're just going to kind of accent that that's cloth. You know, just to give it a little bit of style, and then we're going to draw the rest of his head. So I think I can go ahead and jump over. Yeah, let's go with the big Sharpie. So I'm going to do the top of his nose in like this, down to his little beak like that. I'm going to do something like that, and I'm going to add like the front of his nose, but I'm going to do that with small Sharpie. I'm going to draw his top of his head, come in like this. And that'll define at least that edge, you know? Okay, so I've got his skin flaps just kind of all wrapped up over himself. So I'm going to do this, and then I'll do a few more, and then I'm going to do the Sharpie detail. I just wanted to give you a little bit of a guide as to where we are and why I did it like that. So there, it's kind of with a little bit of, here's his shoulder. There you go. Before I keep going, let me add some detail here. But I just wanted to show you a little bit of like, well, let's give him some creases and folds and specific detail to make him, you know, like all wrinkly. That's the word I'm looking for. Something like that. I'm gonna give him the old turtle scaly skin kind of look. And it's nice that we're doing something different every time, because we want to make sure that they are unique, right? They are individual turtles that have their own characteristics, you know? Kind of the idea. All right, so he's got his staff in front of him, so I kind of need to draw what's in front. So let's build down to this arm, staff. We could do this arm, and then I could do the rest of his body because it's underneath that staff. And I'm making it kind of like a stick. So you'll see what I'm going to do. So I'm going to draw his shoulder, come down here like this to his elbow, and his forearm's going to be in front. So we're going to say that his shoulder's coming in like this, down to his bicep, and then the forearm's going to be like this. Now, he's got fingers, but obviously he doesn't have fingers. So what I'm doing is I'm just kind of going to say that they're like this, so almost like as if they're pointy, but they're kind of straight at you like that, so not as pointy, you know? And then I'm going to add some detail in a second. Maybe that's wrapped around a little bit more, and then we're going to say that the thumb is on the other side of it like that, okay? So, I'm going to draw the top of the hand like this. That, and let me add some detail before I draw that staff. Let me add some of the scaly skin, the details of his fingers, and again, I'm just kind of making it up just to kind of give us like a turtle shell, you know, turtle skin with some scales and stuff like that. Mostly I'll do it with color, but you know, we gotta again give him some specific characteristics. There you go, something like that. Okay, awesome. Okay, so let's go ahead and draw the staff, and let's add like the wraps and stuff, like where his hands are going to be, and then we'll do the stick like that. All right, so I'm going to go across. Let's see, I want it to go, we're going to do the bumps like this, and that's basically going to be the wrap like we do with his legs. We're going to kind of add wrappings around it like that. And let me show you what I'm doing, and then we'll elaborate on the rest. So basically I'm just kind of adding so it's raised, right? So it looks like it's a wrapping around a stick, and it's not just lines on the stick, you know. So that way we made it look like it's a raised up surface by the way it's wrapping around. Okay, so that means we're going to draw the stick kind of, let's see, if I want it like that, it's got to go this way. Yeah, and it's okay if it's not perfect. I just thought about that. I was trying to make sure that it was straight across, but that's okay because it's a stick and it's more you know, wood, natural, and it doesn't have to be perfect. You know what, I'll just do it like that too, just to kind of show you that it's going to be a staff, a stick, and because it's made of wood and he's not, you know, sanding it down or anything like that, it's got some imperfections, you know. There you go, something like that. Okay, so the other end's going to go up this way, and I got to remember to stop. Excuse me. I got to remember to stop around here for his hand. So I'm going to come up here. I'm going to do like this. And same thing. Remember, I'm not too worried about it being perfect. I kind of want it to be imperfect again because it's wood. It's natural, you know. We're going to do just like we did there. So his fingers are going to be wrapped around like this, and this hand's more turned this way. So this one's down, this one's turned. Okay, so we're gonna do like this and say that see what I'm seeing, see what I'm doing? It's kind of wrapped around. There's the inside of his hand. There's the stick. Oh, you know what? And we're gonna close it off. We're gonna add the bumps. And we're gonna say that his hand is coming out like this. Down to his elbow. This part's coming in like this. Okay, does that show you where we are? And we're going to say that that's underneath his hand a little bit because, you know, when you grab it, your knuckles are over, so it's okay that it's a little thinner right there because it's coming out like this. Okay, perfect. Now let's draw the other end over here. I'm going to try to straighten it back out because I see I'm starting to curve. So I'm going to do something like this. That. Awesome. Okay, so now let's give it some life. Okay, and again, I'm just kind of creating wrap around it, not anything specific. I'm not trying to make sure that it looks a certain way. It's just whatever feels natural to me. That's what I'm doing. Like that. Okay? And remember, if you don't draw the same lines I'm drawing, it's okay. Don't worry about it because I always say this is how I draw. You draw how you draw, and we'll meet somewhere in between. So it's okay if yours isn't like mine. This is basically a guide, you know, like try this, try that, see what happens, and let's build off of this. Okay, so that means his other shoulder is going to come down here. Of course, it's behind this, and that's why I wanted to draw that first, so because we got to be able to see what's in front, then draw what's behind. Okay, his shell is going to be like this, coming down here. Now I'm going to stop there because I got to draw his belt, and I want to make sure I leave enough room. So I'm going to do like that. Let me add some wrinkles and curves for his let's say the back of it's back there like this. Some wrinkles and curves with his skin. Like this. And then I'm going to kind of build on the look of those fingers. Let's do like this too. Let's build a little bit of texture just to break it up, so it's not exactly the same all the way across. There we go. Let's say the thumb is back there like that. That looks good. Okay, awesome. So let's draw his. Let me draw his belt. Then we're going to draw it out, and then I can draw underneath. So same thing. Always draw what's in front. So I'm going to draw like a knot, something like this. Knotted around itself. And then we're going to say that the ends are hanging down here. Like that. Go back this way. Now, I've always got, well, not I've always got, they always have, and so I draw them as well. Little packs. Packs. Yeah. I'm trying to find a better word for it, but there's not, right? It's basically that. It's a action pack, you know. It's what they keep their stuff in. Okay, and let's say the back of the shell's right back there, and this one's going in here, but you can't really see it. But we're going to draw the back of his shell over this way. So let's do this. Let's continue this down. Come in here like this. Draw the other end up like that. Back there. That's going to give us a guide of what we're going to do, because I want to continue the belt going back this way. So that means I want a shell coming around like this. So let's go ahead and draw that. We're going to hide this back here too. We're giving it kind of that shell bump. Now I want to stop right there because I want to make sure that I draw the belt coming over like that. Then I can draw like this. A little bumpy there. Could have been it brought in just a little bit, but that's okay. I'm comfortable with that. So let me add the detail, and then we'll do the legs. So I'm gonna kind of wrap around the belt real fast. I like to add the little detail like this just to, you know, make it specific, or like I was talking about before, adding characteristics. You know, we're making it come alive. Okay. Same thing here. We're going to give it a little edge. That's all we can really do on that end. Okay. Okay. Boom. All right. Of a shell, and we'll kind of do like the turtle look, you know, with their shell, kind of like that. There you go. Let me clean this up like that real fast. Awesome. Okay, so I'm gonna have his legs just spread out in a wide stance. Oh, you know what? Let's do this too real fast, just because I don't want to forget this. Let's do his shell. This. Now when you can't really see as much, this one's coming down here. Ooh, what is all that? That's kind of a little mess there. Oh well, I'm not worried about it. That little thing right there, don't know what that is. Not worried about it. Okay, so let's draw his legs. So let's do this one out here. See, he's coming in from the side here. And what I started to do too was give them knees, but like a knee pad. Okay, so I'm going to do that. And you're going to draw his little tail coming out like this. And then I'm drawing his legs wrapped up. So I'm doing like I did there. It's going to be coming down, but kind of stair-stepping. So something like this. not anything specific. I'm just kind of like going in and out, and then closing it off. Okay? So, well, let's finish up the foot. Hang on, let's do that. Something like this. Now again, they don't have toes, but they got little claws. Something like that. Okay, so I'm going to add some detail here. So, okay, what I like to do is I like to make like their knee pads like the scales. You know, it kind of adds to it, kind of gives it a little bit more dimension, and it gives it the illusion of like a knee pad. So I'm kind of using realism for a knee pad, so to speak. Okay, so something like that. See, so we did like a round, like a wrapped kind of look. And there we go. So let's go ahead and finish this off down here. Close it on up. So we're going to say that goes to there. This goes in and disappears back there. And so now we're just going to draw his leg here. So this end kind of comes in like that, but again, he's kind of turned more, so you see more of this backside than this side. So we're getting away with not drawing as much. Okay, going to come down here to his knee, to the wrap. So the same thing here. And I'm just kind of following my sketch, doing something like this. And I'm not trying to match over there. I'm just actually just doing as crazier as I can, just to come up with some kind of inconsistency to challenge me to put it in different places, because if not, it's going to be the same thing wrapped all the way around. If I do a line going across, it's going to look perfect, and I don't want it to be perfect. I want it to be haphazard and asymmetrical. You know, that's more not challenging, but more natural. You know, a little less perfect. So there you go, something like that to kind of show that it's wrapped around and not perfectly all the way around, you know, just a little something different. Okay, and so let me do some of its toes here. That's all you can see of that side, so let me just add some detail. And there we go. So I say we take care of the rest with color. So that is Donatello from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
So here's how I colored it. Tell me what you think in the comments below, or show me what you did in our Discord group. Just have fun and make it your own, because remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw, and we'll meet somewhere in between. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more adventures with How I Draw. Plus, don't forget to hit that notification button for new videos.